Okay.
Welcome,
I don't know how
everyone.
on my end to see myself in the spotlight with you. When I go gallery, I see everyone or speaker. That's weird. This happened
Hmm.
last time too, but it's just on my end. It's probably showing correctly for everybody else.
Let me change it from pin to spotlight. Did that change it for
Yeah,
you?
now I see us both. Otherwise, it kind of throws me off for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Oh, Corey, your battery's low. They're going to be a replay. Yes, it's streaming in a few places. So once we live stream something, whatever group we're live streaming in, we leave it there so that that's a good way to view the replay. And then if you're on our email lists, we email it out usually as well by the next day or so. So hello and officially welcome everybody to really what's a second kind of follow-up call to the live stream call that we did last week, where we announced our Sacred Light retreat that's going to be happening in Tulum, Mexico in April next year, 2024. Cannot believe it, 2024. 2023 has gone so fast. So we got to really share with you the magic of the resort that we have rented out or reserved for our whole group. So we'll have the whole resort to ourselves. It's in the jungle. It's in the Mayan jungle, and it is completely magical. So many amazing and special elements. It's a sort of luxury and resort. So we shared all of those really juicy, amazing details on our call last week. And this week, we wanted to gather with you all here to go deeper into the 3 Sacred Light certification courses that Alicia and I will be teaching live on site at the retreat in Tulum. So in addition to the resort experience in that Mayan jungle, the incredible excursions that are going to be a part of that retreat experience as well, this retreat's about so much more than that, right? It's about taking you to that next place of self-expansion, self-growth, self-evolution, and equipping you to also assist others on their journey of expansion and evolution and growth. And also Gaia herself, our beautiful, amazing Mother Earth, and also the collective and more. we affect so much that is around us in our whole universe and even beyond when we do our own self-work. So, and the tools that are part of Sacred Light courses do this in powerful, amazing, and very effective ways. So we're going to be sharing more in depth about those certification courses because it's a lot of information to share all at once. Alicia and I feel like we shared so much last week, and yet we barely just sort of, it's like the tip of the iceberg, so to speak, of all that this retreat is about and what it holds for all of those that are joining us for the retreat.
Yeah, yes. So last week we talked a little bit more about the private resort, Caba
Yeah.
Loom, that we have reserved for our group. And if you want to look it up, it's Kaaba, Caba Loom, Luum. And so we got to share more about that. But so this week today we're gonna talk about the classes that we are actually teaching live in Tulum. Um, our primary sort of way that we have been called to serve in the world is through teaching. And so it just makes so much sense that when we host a retreat, we're going to be doing that as well. And we had an amazing experience with teaching one of our courses in Shasta this summer. And so we were really inspired by that experience. And actually, I think we mentioned this last week, while we were in Shasta, we decided to do our next retreat in Tulum, and we actually found the resort that we are going to be at in Tulum. And so we're going to be teaching our other Sacred Light courses in Tulum, Sacred Light levels 2, 3, and the brand new level 4. And while Co-Creating Miracles with Sacred Light that we taught in Shasta is all about technologies, it's the class where all of the technologies, most of the technologies that we have brought through together are in that class. The Sacred Light levels 2 and above are all about activation style energy packets of healing tools. And when we create these together, we're bringing everything that we have. Sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. So Sacred Light tools and technologies, energetic allergy healing, and sacred soul alignments. And so we create incredibly potent packets of energy that we pass on in the Sacred Light tools. So we're going to share a little bit about those classes because we've actually had a lot of questions about those classes that you guys have been asking us. So Sacred Light levels 2 and 3 we have taught previously, but never in this way before. And Sacred Light level 4 is a brand new class that we've been working on really for a couple of years now. I know a lot of you guys have been patiently waiting for that class to come out. And this is going to be a health-focused certification class. So all 3 of these classes are certification classes, meaning that once you come through the class and have some practice, we require a little bit of practice before we actually hand you a certificate, but you are certified to practice these tools, to use these tools that we've created with other people. So whether you have a healing business, you do this work professionally, or you just want to use them for your family and friends, you'll be certified and have the ability and the attunements to be able to use these tools with other people. So we're going to share more about these 3 amazing courses today. And even though this retreat is a higher price point than our previous retreats that we've held in Shasta and in Washington, and really higher price than other things that we offer, the value is truly, really off the charts. So the price for this retreat in Tulum, it's at 6 days and 5 nights, is $4,500. And the certification courses that you're getting as part of this retreat are worth $3,800 by themselves. So if you were to go and purchase those classes from our website, because we're also including Sacred Light Level 1 that we're not teaching at the retreat, but it's a prerequisite. So we're actually including that in that investment for the retreat. If you were to go and purchase those off of our website right now, it would be $3,800.
Yeah.
Individually. So you get all of that and a really luxury retreat in an incredible private retreat center in the jungle, the Mayan jungles in Tulum. Everything is included except for your transportation to Tulum. So your accommodations at the resort center, all of the food, and all of your excursions are included. So like everything that we do, we always give a ton of value. And I think the value that we're giving here is pretty off the charts. So we just wanted to point that out because we understand that it's a higher price point and it's definitely not for everybody. But the value there is really incredible. So also, I think you guys all know this, but we're going to be doing some healing too at the end of this call after we talk about these classes. We're going to continue with what we did last week, which we did some healing for the full blue moon. But we're going to go deep today in clearing out some spiritual trauma and trauma around human enslavement and different traumas that we have experienced collectively on this planet. So we actually have, it's actually quite a bit of healing that we're going to be doing today with utilizing tools that are from Sacred Light Level 2 and Sacred Light Level 3. So we want to give you guys an experience with the tools that we're going to be teaching live from TULUM. So do we want to share? I'll share the links just in case anybody actually wants to take a look at Sacred Light Level 2 and 3. I'm just going to share them on Zoom here. So that is the information about Sacred Light Level 2. And
I've got level 3 here.
oh, perfect.
Just popped it in. Yes, so you can check those out yourself as well, because even though we're taking additional, set up in a sequel, basically, a second call, so that we could share the details of these certification courses, we're still only going to be able to really share so much on this call, even because the depth and the breadth of the healing tools that are part of each of these classes, there's a lot. There's a lot in both of these classes. The healing tools are so complex and layered that there's a lot to share about each of them. So even today, we're really only going to be going maybe a little deeper than an overview. But we'll share as much as we can. We want to share as much as we can so that you can, really connect in with the information, really connect in with the tools and feel if these courses are calling you, if they're resonating with you, and you're going to know if they are, and especially experiencing them yourself as well today, and reading about all of the details on your own too, since we can't cover everything. So you've got those links, Sacred Light Level 2, Sacred Light Level 3, which are on our shared website, which is co-creatingmiracle.com. Okay. That said, come back to our document here.
Yeah. So when we first created Sacred Light Level 2, we felt such an urgency in creating these tools that are in this class and getting them out into the hands of our practitioners. It was like we just couldn't get it done fast enough. That's how we felt. And the work that is being done with these tools is working in really, really big ways. And some of those tools you're going to experience today, and you'll understand why we felt such an urgency to get them out there. We were just so strongly guided to create them. As a human collective, we are at a crossroads, and we created these tools, right? Or we created a lot of them earlier on, but the urgency came right before it was before COVID, right? It was like right before COVID, I think.
Like literally right before COVID.
Yeah. So nobody knew what was coming, but we felt it. And oftentimes that's what happens. For those of us who are doing this work in the world and serving in this way, is that we will feel something coming, and we will be given tools to support ourselves and other people when whatever it is that's coming actually happes. So it was actually the summer before COVID, because I remember we were actually in Shasta when we announced this class. So it was right before that the world shut down, just a few months before the world shut down. And we're still at this crossroads. It's not like we've come through the pandemic and everything's, hunky-dory now. As a human collective, there's a huge spiritual battle going on, not just as a human collective, but in the universe, there's a huge spiritual battle going on that has to do with the human collective, that has to do with this planet. And there are so many converging timelines, that this stuff is still happening, even though the pandemic is supposedly officially over, whatever that was about. But in a lot of ways, we feel like we're just ramping up. And so we've been given a lot more tools. And that's where Sacred Light Level 4 comes in. It's a health focus. And, a lot of people need that support with their physical bodies. That's been a big, something that we've really been called to do recently in the last couple of years. And even though my modality is not specifically health focused, I've been called to create a lot of health focused alignments. And so it's not a coincidence that Sacred Light Level 4 has that focus. And we'll touch on Sacred Light Level 4 a little bit, but mostly we're going to focus on level 2 and 3 today. So anyway, all of that to say, we felt this urgency to get those tools out there. And we didn't even understand how much they were needed. And then some of them were created after COVID, and you can kind of tell by some of the descriptions what was really going on in the world, with the tools that we were creating and that we were given during that time.
Mm-hmm.
But the work that we're doing with the tools that we create and that we're given really truly is assisting humanity in powerful ways to shift into higher timelines. And we really, really want to see this happen in our lifetime. And I'm sure if you're listening to this, you also want to see this happen in your lifetime. And that's what is behind our drive, really, with the work that we do, both of us, individually, and the work that we do together. We want to create these huge shifts and these huge ripples. And the way that we have been called to do that is by being an open channel to receive these tools and working really hard at it, and working on ourselves and putting together incredibly potent healing tools that we can pass on to all of you who are guided to take these classes. And the more of us that are doing this, on any level, whether that's working on ourselves, creating healing tools, teaching, whatever it is, whatever role that we're playing in that, it's all very important. And so just you being here today to receive the healing that we're doing today is very important.
Mm-hmm.
But we're feeling an urgency around getting these out there. And so we just wanted to share how potent they are and kind of where this all started for us with these Sacred Light classes.
Yes. And the whole, if you want to look at kind of an overview, even though there's so many tools, so many healing tools that are part of Sacred Light 2 and Sacred Light 3 that have limitless ways that you could use them, and different ways to bring benefits and support to you on all levels, right? Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. The focus, if we could just bring it into a few words, it's to add to what Alicia already shared there about how these tools came in to help us and help our communities to the best of our ability, which for us is putting them in the hands of our practitioners, right? So to have the support that we need, as we go into a really challenging time period. These tools are powerfully, deeply, really comprehensively clearing out those heavy, dense, low vibrational energies that you could look at or think of as like the gunk, right? That kind of keeps us stuck in some of the trapping systems that are part of our reality, right? And we know you're here you're here with us, so we know, so more than likely, that we are on the brink of, really ushering, we're doing it actually. We are in the process of ushering in this new heavens and new earth timeline here. And, we're all playing a role. We're all playing a role in this incredible shift in timelines and vibration, frequency on that soul level. And it's an incredible time period that we're in, but we've got to have the tools to powerfully help us, effectively help us to clear those dense, gunky, trapping, binding energies that keep us stuck out. The more we clear out, the more space we have in our physical body and in our energy bodies to hold those higher frequencies and to really not just hold them ourselves, but to anchor them into Gaia and powerfully transmit those out into the collective, raising the vibration of all. We have the power, each individual, to affect on a large scale others around us here that are part of our collective. So, and again, Gaia herself, and even the planetary bodies that make up our universe. So these tools are really about that deep cleansing, unwinding, even purging, if you will, that purification that's necessary, for humanity to even recognize or become aware or to wake up, right, to this truth of these new heaven and new earth frequencies that are coming in, that we're shifting into, that are available for all who choose, to accept that, embrace that, and kind of harmonize our systems with those new frequencies. So, when we're holding those lower frequencies, you could think of it as how your eyes are lower. They're more focused on lower, our current reality kind of stuff, so to speak. Those places that we get stuck, and we're so focused on just trying to navigate through that guck, those denser, thick energies that can kind of slow our feet down, or kind of that trapping, that binding into those more challenging patterns and ways of being and living. And so much so, oftentimes, that we can't even sort of lift our heads or lift our eyes to see those higher frequencies, those new heavens and new earth frequencies that are flowing around us, from source and through those higher realms, higher dimensions, let alone to accept and really integrate and anchor them, and really anchor ourselves into these new earth, new heavens frequencies, which is necessary, for where we're going, necessary for the embodiment of personal sovereign sacred power, which is also simultaneous with new heavens, new earth frequencies. So this is where we're all going. You're here. This is your journey. This is our journey. And Sacred Light Level 2 and 3 tools are so much about this. They are here to help us to navigate and support us as we move through, and to clear that gunk out so that we can move through with more ease and more joy and self-acceptance and self-love and all of those things which are healing and that feel good. And, we're meant to feel that way. We're meant to live that way. And Sacred Light Level 4 is just, as Alicia was saying, it's that next piece, because what's been happening, I know that you guys can relate to this. You're even if not for yourself, in your community, in your families, in your friend circles, what we experience energetically translates into our physicality, right? It manifests in the physical body. So through this pandemic, through these crossroads that we've been in, this tumultuous energies and timelines that we're experiencing, it shows up in the body. So many people are struggling with their health. It feels unprecedented to both Alicia and I. And so how perfect for Sacred Light Level 4 to be in full development now, and it'll be ready for you fully when we get to TULUM. And we're going to be handing amazing tools to support your body in TULUM.
Yes. So let's just kind of go over a quick overview of the tools that are actually in level 2 and level 3. We're not going to go into the descriptions. We're just going to give you an idea of what's there. And if you want to go deeper, you can take a look at the registration pages on our website, co-creatingmiracle.com, and look under courses. So in level 2, we have the spiritual support series, which includes the flesh, the defrag, stand your ground, deep sleep support, EMF 5G, and the spiritual detox combo attunement. And then we have a Reclaiming My Power series, which you guys are going to get to experience a couple of those today. Very powerful collection of healing tools: reclaiming my root chakra, reclaiming my sexual organs, reclaiming my heart, reclaiming my mental body, reclaiming my sacred vessel. We're going to run that today. Reclaiming my soul, also going to run that today. Reclaiming my womb, reclaiming my light, reclaiming my transpersonal chakras, reclaiming my voice, reclaiming my sight, and reclaiming my ears. And then we have a duo of tools that are also, we usually use them by taking people on a journey. They go together. We receive them together in a really amazing place in Colorado called Crestone. And the first one is called Vertical Pillar of Light, and then the counterpart is called Divine Starseed Template. So we pass those on in this class. And then we have the Unmasking True Freedom series. And this is where the urgency came in for us in getting this class out at that particular time, and we had no idea what we were in for. And that includes Unmasking True Freedom. We're going to be running several of these today, so we'll give you some of the descriptions of the tools that we're running today when we're running them. Unmasking True Freedom, Babylon Template Healing, Armageddon Timeline Disconnect, Planetary Destruction Trauma Healing, and we're running all 4 of those today. And then Fall of Lemuria and Atlantis, Genocide Disconnect. And then, so those are all very, very dense energies that are clearing through those tools. And so we also have in that series the Golden Christ Light activation, which just comes in and really infuses everything with that beautiful golden Christ light. And then the last time we taught, we actually added 3 to Sacred Light Level 2, 3 healing tools, and that's Healing the Great Divide series of 3 healing tools that were really, that those we created during the pandemic, and they were clearing out some things that were coming to the surface in humanity that were very, very dense energies. So those are amazing healing tools as well.
Yeah.
So that's Sacred Light Level 2.
Yes, and that Great Divide series is really working on the energy of conflict, which was so,
Yeah, conflict and
permeating.
um
Fear.
keeping, I can't think of the word, but keeping you down, constriction, restriction, slavery, all of those frequencies that were really coming up strongly.
And the
That
energy of
particular
fear also
yes.
is really nicely worked with in that series.
Yeah, and we're going to be working with those tools the next time we meet for this topic of this Tulum retreat and the Sacred Light classes. So Sacred Light Level 3, we pass on the Golden White Flame. You guys experienced that last time. It has a full journey with it. We just did a little bit of the journey, but it's all about activating the cellular memories of what it is that we're desiring to create in our life, while simultaneously dissolving any trauma around those experiences. It's a very potent tool, and we pass that on in level 3. And then we have a whole chakra series. We created these tools quite some time ago, and they've gotten several updates since then, but we actually had a 12-week class that was all about the chakras, and that's when we created these healing tools, but they've gotten multiple updates. So all of the chakras, Earth Star, Root, and these tools are focused on the higher version, the ascended, expanded version of our chakras. So they're very activating tools. They're also clearing, but I have a chakra series of alignments that are more focused on clearing, and these are more focused on expansion and activation. So Earth Star, Root, Sacral, Navel, Solar Plexus, Heart and High Heart, Throat, Third Eye, Crown, Causal Chakra, Soul Star, and Stellar Gateway.
They're amazing. I love that
They
series.
are.
Yes, and also in Sacred Light level 3, you have the Archangel series, also very activating, really supportive, really high frequency energies, and they focus on activating and really bringing in and anchoring in specific frequencies. So they're doing more than that too, but again, just keeping it simple here. You can read more about these on our registration pages on our website. But there's there's Archangel Michael, the Blue Cloak of Protection, the Sword of Truth, which some of you who are practitioners may have this in other places. Most of these you do not have from other places though. Archangel Raphael and his Caduceus, and that focuses on the frequencies of compassion, wisdom, healing, and inspiration. There's Archangel Gabriel and the Diamond of Clarity, which focuses on the frequencies of strength, purity, and divine communication. Archangel Uriel and the Flame of Resurrection, Rebirth, which is really bringing in the frequencies of wisdom, truth, peace, and strength. Again, all of these are multifaceted though. The activation and kind of the anchoring of the frequencies I'm mentioning here are just a piece of what they are doing for you. Archangel Shamuel and the Flame of Adoration, which is bringing in the frequencies of love, adoration, and compassion. Archangel Metatron and the Divine Light Reboot, which focuses on wisdom and love. Archangel Ariel and the activation of divine prosperity and abundance, which is also activating courage, divine magic, leadership, and confidence, bringing in those frequencies. Archangel Ezekiel and the Rod of Transformation, which is focusing on strength and, of course, transformation. Archangel Sandalphon and the Bubble of Protection, multiple uses here. You can bring this in as a layer of protection. It's also connecting you and bringing in those frequencies of mercy and working with your divine masculine, divine feminine balance. And then there's Archangel Azrael and Archangel Zara and that golden white cocoon, which is working with the energies of grief, sorrow, sadness, really support for the heart. That's also bringing in the frequencies of honor, respect, and compassion. And there's Archangel Jophiel and the 1,000-petal lotus of the crown chakra. So also, these, as you may see from some of these words here too, partner really well with the chakra series that Alicia just talked about. So Archangel Jophiel and the 1,000-petal lotus of the crown chakra go really beautifully with that higher crown chakra healing tool as well. And that one is also working with the frequencies of wisdom, beauty, and creativity. There's Archangel Zadkiel and the cosmic diamond violet flame. And that one is also working with the frequencies of joy, freedom, and forgiveness. Archangel Haniel and the blue orb of healing light, which is also focusing on joy, the divine feminine, and peace. And then there is Archangel Raziel and awakening psychic abilities and the truth of your heart, which is also activating service, faith, and dedication. We're connecting you to those frequencies. And the final one that's part of that series is Archangel Jeremiel, which is activating cosmic wisdom, which is also bringing in tolerance, kindness, and truth. So they're strengthening, they are transformative, they're supportive, and are, working really beautifully with that chakra series as well. And yeah. And let's see here.
Yeah, so then we also have what we call the Human Enslavement Healing series, which includes Free Will Universe, Healing and Coming Back into Harmony with the Divine Male, and Akasha. So those are also really clearing out dense energies, and they were inspired by everything that's been happening on the planet over the last couple of years. And then Akasha is a pretty interesting healing tool. It's working really with several archangels come into this healing to help unwind and disconnect from the false Akash, false matrices, really working on clearing a lot of trauma around all of those type of energy patterns. And we'll probably be working with those tools at some point in the live streams that we're going to be doing, talking about this retreat and these classes
Over the coming months, really.
over the coming months. Yeah, because our retreat's about 6 months away now. So
So you haven't heard the last of us here about this retreat. And so we'll be bringing more to you about it, and also bringing you, as Alicia's saying, more healing with the amazing tools of these certification courses.
Yeah, really giving you an experience, with the tools that we're going to be teaching. And even though the retreat is about 6 months away now, there are only 20 spots where we're limited because there's only so much room in this. We've rented out the whole entire resort, and people, it's already beginning to fill up. So, which is pretty exciting because it's really telling us that that we've chosen a destination that is calling to people, and that this experience is something that people are as excited about as we are. So also in level 3 is the journey home, and this is a journey style healing tool. It's really ultimately about creating soul expansion, and it's clearing a lot of old trauma. And it's also activating seed points within your DNA. So it's a journey. We have a few journey style healing tools that are pretty remarkable that we can use with the journey to make it really powerful, or just call the energy in and run it as you would any activation style healing tool that we've created with Sacred Light, or alignments are run the same way. Kim has activation style energetic allergy healing tools. And so that's how all of these tools in these Sacred Light classes are working. And then we have finally Sacred Union with the Divine series. All of these except for one that we added last time we taught, which was childhood trauma healing. The Sacred Union with the Divine series were created for our first retreat that we held in Mount Shasta. So in this series, we pass on the Merkaba activation. This is really a technology, but you can just call in that energy, or you can take people on the journey. We wrote a pretty awesome journey that goes along with that. And then also building your body of light, connecting to planetary bodies, and Lady of the Lake. And those all have, I believe those all have journeys. It's been a while since
I think
used
they do.
those, but yeah, all four of
Yeah,
those.
I think all 4 of those are journey style healing tools. But again, you can call the energy in as a packet of energy, where when you don't have time for the journey, and you can come back to the journey if you feel guided to do that. Basically, if there's remnants or threads or some pieces that you can only get through the journey by going through the whole journey for yourself or with a client, then you have that option, and you can always come back to the journey later, but get that energy packet running for someone, and so they can start receiving those benefits in the moment. And sometimes you get everything you need by doing it that way also. So it just depends on the person, on the circumstance, and just exactly what they're needing.
Right. Yes. So that's kind of an overview of levels 2 and 3. Of course, you can see more by taking a look at those registration pages. And we'll be talking a lot more about these classes as we get closer to the retreat. We'll also be, teaching these classes for those of you who can't join us at the retreat. And we'll talk more about that in March. We've had a lot of questions about that already, but we won't really be talking too much about the class opportunity on its own until we get closer to that time. So just to kind of a quick recap on the retreat, and then we're going to dive into the healing. So your retreat investment includes immediate access to Sacred Light level 2 and 3, and then a bonus class that we taught, bonus, it was for some of our practitioners, that includes some upgrades to our level 1 healing tools, and that we had upgraded between the time that we got to teach them again. So we passed those upgrades on, and then a handful of tools that we'd already created for Sacred Light level 4, including the COVID healing and the COVID vaccine and vaccine trauma healing, and a few more tools. So you'll get immediate access as soon as you sign up for the retreat, if you're planning on coming, to those classes. The retreat investment also includes, of course, the live training from TULUM on all 3 of these classes, accommodations at the truly incredible Kabaloom Resort. We cannot wait to be there. We're probably going to want to move right in. All food is included, including chef prepared dinners nightly. So we have a private chef that's going to be preparing our dinners for us. And then we're also including just a simple breakfast and lunch every day. And all excursions are included. We're going to be going to some Mayan ruins, some cenotes, which are amazing underground caves. I've never been to one. I can't wait to experience that. And other activities that we're handpicking some of these things as we get closer to the retreat time, but they'll include things like cacao ceremony, maybe a sound healing, and also all the healing that we'll be doing for the group at the retreat as well. And all of that in addition to the training and certification for 3 Sacred Light courses. So basically, what's not included is your transportation to and from TULUM. We want to touch just quickly also on the bonuses. There's one bonus left for the first 5 people who join us and pay in full, gets a private session with both of us. So if that's appealing to you, we don't offer those. We haven't done private sessions together for a couple of years with clients. And if you are able to pay in full and you want to come, you may want to jump on that. There's one spot left. And then the other 2 bonuses are for everyone who's paying in full. We're going to attune you to an immunity healing chamber. So this is going to be technologies and our activation style healing tools brought together to create this healing chamber that you'll be able to, once you're attuned to it, you'll be able to activate it for yourself and other people for immune system healing and support. We can't wait to get that in the hands of people. So everyone who pays in full will receive that bonus, and then an early registration bonus, and we're extending it pretty far out. Usually an early registration bonus is, just for a couple weeks, but we're extending this all the way out to the end of October. And that includes our pandemic healing kit, post-pandemic healing kit, which has some very important healings in it. There's 7 different focuses the COVID healing, COVID vaccine and vaccine trauma healing, Sacred Light childhood trauma healing, powering up the immune system. These are all Sacred Light tools. Sacred Light Healing the Great Divide series, Sacred Light Deep Relationship Healing, and the Sacred Light Spiritual Detox combo. So those were things that we called it the post-pandemic healing kit, because these were all issues that we were seeing coming up over and over and over and over again. And we wanted to offer that support. So you will, I just realized I don't think it's added to the Kajabi of the people that have signed up, but we'll get that
Yeah.
added right away. And that's something that you'll get immediate access to. The pay in full bonus is something that we'll be having a separate call for. It's not
Scheduled.
already recorded.
Yeah. And it's not scheduled yet, but
Correct.
you'll,
It'll be when we get closer to the
yeah,
retreat.
that's right.
So some of you already have Sacred Light level 2 and 3, and if so, you do qualify for a discount of $250 off the retreat price for each of the courses you have. So if you have both of them, that would be a $500 discount. And you need to email hello@cocreatingmiracle.com to get the discount codes for that. So you can register and pay in full and get that. If you're the next person who does that, you get that private session with both of us and you. It's $4,500, or you can register with just a $1,500 but to hold your spot, a $1,500 deposit. Both of those options, you get access to those courses immediately. The full payment will be offering payment plans for the remaining balance. And our team will reach out to you about that, but the full payment is due by March 1st. So I'm going to put the links to register. Right now, we do not have a registration page. It's in the works, but we have links for you to sign up. And I will put those in Facebook here too.
Yeah, and while Alicia's doing that, just we do want to have this note here that because you receive the certification courses immediately upon registration, and due to the nature of live retreats, those of you that make that $1,500 deposit for the retreat, that is a non-refundable deposit. Okay, and you have the 2 courses again that you'll have immediate access to. And you'll also get access to that little bonus class that we taught, where we did release a handful of those, the upcoming Sacred Light Level 4 healing tools. So you'll also receive that. So that $1,500, if that's what you choose to put down to hold your spot, that is non-refundable. So I just want to make that known, make sure it's clear. And then payment plans will be made available to you to choose from shortly here. We'll be working on getting those out to people so they can make those choices over the next week or 2.
Oh, we didn't mention, maybe that's what you just said, I was not listening, but the room choice is based on the order of registration.
I didn't, so let's talk about that just for a sec.
Because there are different types of rooms. And so depending on what your desire is for that, it's going to be based on the first person that signed up. She gets to choose her room first, and then on down the line. So there's 4 villas at Kabalum, and each villa has 2 private rooms and 1 common room. And the private rooms are shared beds. So there's queen beds. So if you choose a private room, you will know that you will be sharing that room and bed with your amazing soul friend, new best friend roommate. If you choose the room, the common area room, there's 2 pull-out queen beds, and you will have your own bed, but it will be
In a shared
space with somebody else in the other bed.
Yes. And Mary, I see your question. I think you might have asked something asked that earlier too, and meant to get to that. Will we be providing manuals? And yes, we will. Yeah.
Yeah, we probably will not be able to have the physical manual like we did in Shasta because we're traveling internationally, and to be able to bring 20 manuals with us might not be doable. Um, but there will definitely be manuals provided, like we do with all of our classes, with all of the descriptions of the tools, how to
And
work with them, how to work with the client, all of
yeah.
that.
And an at a glance document, so it's easy to like muscle test or, work, discover which healing tools are optimal to use and to run for specific things you're working on. So yeah, we'll make sure. And I guess I jumped out and said, so I'm glad you corrected me, Alicia. So yes, they're provided, but there will be in a PDF form in Kajabi for you. So you will have to print those. Just because with Shasta, we get to drive there and we can put everything in the trunk.
Yeah, and here we're traveling internationally, so
Yeah.
and how long do we have to decide? So ordinarily, I would say you would have up until, a few days before the retreat, but I am pretty positive that this retreat will sell out before then. So you have until it's full, basically, to decide.
Yeah. And we have about,
We don't know when, how long that will be, but
yeah, it's limited spots though. I think, what do we have? 20-ish spots.
yeah.
And 4 of those are gone.
So yeah, four of those are gone. And, just as an example, we've announced to a small group of people that we're doing a retreat in Shasta again next year in September, and it's already half filled. So we know that this will be filled. So it just really depends on how quickly people jump in to
Yeah.
that.
Yes. And we're going to make it as easy
Okay.
as possible, for people to do that with payment plans. And that's one of the reasons even though we don't have the actual registration page on our websites yet, we're talking about this because we want people to have time to, put those funds together. Really, if you want to come, we want to help you do that. So,
And plan, the time
and
and
plan.
international, travel, even though Mexico's pretty easy to travel to, it's still, you might need to get a passport if you don't have one or renew it
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. So we wanted to make sure you guys had appropriate time for all that's involved in participating in something like this. So good. So first come, first serve on those rooms. The villas are amazing. Please go and watch the first live stream that we did last week, where we showed images of the resort, some of the areas around the resort. We'll be visiting the Mayan ruins as well. There's just so much magic that's there. There's rooftop terraces on each of the villas. There's a
Private
plunge,
pools.
yeah,
We have
plunge pool with each. They're not huge pools. They're plunge pools with each villa. They're just amazing spaces and all in the jungle. So on those rooftops, you're going to be overlooking the Mayan jungle. So it's going to be so cool.
Yeah, and if you want to check it out, just to see the location, I'll drop the link here in Zoom, but it's www.kaabaluum.com, KAABALUUM.com. They've done a very good job with their photography, and they've got some pretty amazing photos there, but we don't have time. We could be here all day talking about it, and we want to get to the healing. So
Yeah. So let's do that now. And please, if you have any questions, email us at co-creatingmiracle.com and we'll get to those as quickly as we can. And even
yeah,
emails are in order. So every email that we get, if you have a question or if you need that discount code, we know the order of emails, and we're really good about making sure that you're getting your room pick and all the things at the time that is right for when
yeah.
you at least tried to purchase the course, right? If you have a question first, we understand that.
Yeah. So one more question: is transportation from the airport to the resort provided? We are hiring a couple of shuttles, so it will be, we'll be arranging, maybe one shuttle earlier in the day and then another shuttle couple hour, like 3 hours later. So it will be group transportation from the airport to the resort. And it's probably, I would say about an hour from the airport to the resort.
But yes, that is also being provided. Good questions. Okay, well, let's dive into the healing work, everybody. We usually, so just a quick, we're going to be sharing the descriptions of each healing that we're bringing into onto this call and in for you today. While we're in that energy, we felt like that was going to bring some deeper clearing for some of you to hear some of those words as we're moving through those energies. And those are unmasking true freedom, Babylon template healing, Armageddon timeline disconnect, planetary destruction trauma healing, reclaiming my sacred vessel, which is your physical body, right? And it includes your etheric body, and reclaiming my soul, which includes your astral and causal bodies. And I just want to say up front with those last two, the reclaim, not the last two, I think we're actually also bringing in for you your higher root chakra healing and your soul star chakra healing today. So a lot is coming in for you here, but with the reclaiming, those two that are from the reclaiming series, there's actually a sort of a command, a phrase there that can be really effective at helping you to feel more empowered, sort of in the driver's seat, if you will, of your own healing and healing experience as you work with these two reclaimings, which are, again, part of the Reclaiming Your Power series. And we're going to be saying that just one sentence, and we're going to say that sentence out loud as the energy is running, and invite you to repeat it out loud or in your mind from where you are at in your homes. And you can participate in that yourself. So just wanted to say that part up front so that when we get there, it's smooth, it's easy, and you'll know what's going on.
Good. And we're going to be giving you a little bit of information about what's happening in the healing as we run each tool.
Yeah.
It's a little
I
bit
mentioned
different from
that.
how we normally do things, but that's the way we were guided to do that today.
Perfect. So we're going to start the way we always do when we are doing potent, healing work. We want to be really grounded. We want to be in our body. We want to be grounded. We want to be connected to our higher guidance system. It's going to help you to receive the healing more fully. It's going to help you to integrate it and process it with more ease. And that's the way we always start the healing work. So we're going to do that. And we're going to start there.
All right.
And give me just 1 second. And I think we are ready to go, right?
Yep.
All right.
And then can you record? I think that's what you're doing, but can you record?
Yeah, I'm going to start that over. Okay, here we go. Okay. So we are going to get grounded, going to get connected here, and then work through the healing that is for you today with the Sacred Light Level 2 and 3 tools that we were guided to bring through for you today. So if it feels comfortable, feels good to you, you can close your eyes and drop down into your heart, really connecting with your heart, and begin to slow your breath down. Deeper, longer breaths. Finding a 5-second inhale and a 5-second exhale if you can. Nice, deep, even breathing. Good. And as you are breathing those deeper breaths, imagine that you're breathing as if you're breathing in and out of your heart. Really feeling that partnership between your breath and your heart. Just beginning to feel your body relax a little bit more with each breath. Sinking into your own heart a little deeper with each breath. And as you're breathing those deeper breaths through the heart, we're going to go ahead and run a really powerful cleansing tool here. This is from the Sacred Light Level 1 tools. This is a Sacred Light Purification. I'm just going to run this here as you're breathing, sitting in your heart. Sacred Light Purification, running this now. Divine Love and Light, Creator, change it. Beautiful. And as you're breathing those deeper breaths through your heart, just begin to notice a beautiful pink light that's all around you. It's the pink light of compassion. And just noticing or imagining how with each breath, this pink light is flowing into your heart. It's lighting up your heart. It's activating your heart. You can imagine that your heart is glowing with beautiful pink light. Good. Just breathing in that energy, that frequency of compassion. Nice deep breaths in and out. Good. And beginning to now place your focus and attention as you breathe on the connection that exists within you between your heart and the heart of Gaia, our beautiful Mother Earth, connecting in with that golden love light from the heart of Gaia. And hold the intention to anchor yourself in here, heart to heart with Gaia. And as you do, just noticing or becoming aware of that golden love light from the heart of Gaia amplifying in your own heart. It's lighting up your heart. It too is activating your heart, along with that pink light of compassion. Beautiful. And as you continue those deeper breaths through your heart, begin to now place your focus and awareness on the connection that exists within you between your heart and the heart of your higher self. Just allowing your breath to expand you within this connection, expanding you into a deep heart connection with the highest aspect of you that you can access in this moment. Really anchoring yourself here in this heart connection with your higher self as you breathe. Beautiful. And continuing those longer, deeper breaths through your heart, begin to now place your focus and awareness on the connection that exists within you between your heart and the heart of Source, the heart of Creator. Anchoring yourself in here and noticing how with each breath you continue to expand within this connection, expanding into source of source light as you breathe. Noticing that beautiful iridescent source love light that's all around you. Noticing how, or imagining how, that iridescent source light is amplifying in your own heart as you breathe. And now all of this light, it's really concentrated in your heart. This pink light of compassion, golden love light from Gaia, iridescent source love light, all combines together, creating a beautiful rose gold light. Just noticing how as you breathe, this rose gold light expands from your heart to fill every cell of your body and all the space in between. And continues to expand out from your physical body to fill your entire energetic field so that you are in the center of a ball of light that's about 12 feet in diameter. And it's just vibrating with all of this light. You can imagine this beautiful rose gold light shining so brightly within you and all around you. And just hold the intention to really anchor and ground yourself into all of this light and into these essential connections as we move into the healing for you here today. We're going to start just by bringing in sacred light open to help you to receive it on the deepest levels and process and integrate it with more ease. So running sacred light open now, divine love and light, Creator, change it.
Good. All right. So the first tool that we're going to bring in here is unmasking true freedom. So let's get this running and divine love and light, calling in unmasking true freedom now. Creator, change it. So this healing is unwinding and dissolving the deeper layers and roots of fear and confusion that make up the fear template, the false fear matrix that we have been experiencing as a human collective. This healing dissolves collective fear, panic, confusion, and trauma from millennia of control, manipulation, suppression, repression, abuse, slavery, and dictatorship that have been keeping humanity bound in unimaginable ways and preventing us from acknowledging, claiming, and even from fully accessing our sacred power. Good.
Now we're going to call and run for you the Babylon template healing, running this now. Divine love and light, creator, change it. Good. This healing is dissolving and resolving confusion energy, trauma energies from experiences where humanity was separated, divided, enslaved, pitted against each other, deceived, including designs and plans to steal or hijack collective power, knowledge and understanding, and to control humanity. It's dissolving and resolving oaths, vows, and contracts created from these experiences and the trauma and beliefs or programming taken on as a result of these experiences. And it's also working to disconnect you from organizations that have been created to or have evolved into group control agenda as a way to impose control over other people or to take away our freedom. It's also clearing trauma from lost knowledge, lost thoughts, loss of personal power or sovereignty, trauma from not knowing who we are, from forgetting ourselves, from being or feeling separated from our true self in any way, shape, or form.
Good. It's been a little while since I've run these. There's a lot of clearing here. These are potent tools. So next we're going to bring in the Armageddon timeline disconnect. So in divine love and light, running this now, creator change it. Whew. This is disconnecting you from the Armageddon timeline and Armageddon template, dissolving the traumas connected to the Armageddon timeline and template, and to the Revelation timeline, the Battle of Armageddon, which is a timeline of destruction and suffering. It's dissolving and resolving the oath, vows, and contracts created from these experiences, the trauma and belief programming taken on as a result of these experiences, and also disconnecting us from religious organizations that have been created to or have evolved into a control agenda. It's also clearing trauma from suffering or sacrificing ourselves and our lives because of religious programming, along with belief systems and programming of having to suffer or sacrifice ourselves for salvation. It's also packed with emotional healing, including the emotions of resentment, anger, grief, remorse, regret, confusion, overwhelm, anger, and sorrow that we may be holding from these experiences and the cellular memories of these experiences and any emotions that are attached to that.
Beautiful. Next, we're bringing in the planetary destruction trauma healing. So running this now, divine love and light, creator change it. Good. And as this is running, this is healing. This healing is disconnecting you from trauma and programming that you may have taken on as a result of this type of trauma, planetary destruction, and those experiences both on Earth and other planets, including the energies of greed and the parasitic energy of humanity that has compromised our planet and other planets. It also disconnects us from the trauma of the abuse of our planet, its resources, disconnecting us from all beings who have participated in the creation, support, and spread of this timeline, which includes energies of fear, terror, panic, anxiety, and ungroundedness. It's also disconnecting us from the human interpretation and representation of sacred texts that exists here and have existed through time. As well as disconnecting us from all who have used these sacred texts to wield power over people, control people, to instill guilt, fear, or shame. It's also clearing programming, including oaths, vows, and contracts around being allowed to interpret sacred texts for ourselves and to be able to think or feel for ourselves. It's clearing anywhere it's not safe to be or stay on Earth, on Gaia, to be or stay in our bodies because of these planetary destruction experiences where we've had these cellular memories. And this healing also downloads the true perspective of sacred religious texts directly from source. And we're getting that higher perspective. All of that is in for you. You're processing it already and beginning to integrate it.
Good. Now we're going to move into a couple of the reclaiming series. So this is where we're going to invite you for the next 2 tools to repeat after us a phrase. So first one is reclaiming my sacred vessel, and this includes your etheric body. So divine love and light, calling in reclaiming my sacred vessel. All right, so we invite you to repeat after me here. In divine love and light, I take back my sacred vessel and etheric body now. My sacred vessel and etheric body are mine and mine alone to command. Good. And this is taking back your body and etheric body, dissolving oath, vows, or contracts you may have running to allow any other to have ownership of your body and etheric body. Calling back all keys to your vessel that you have ever given or allowed to be taken and held by another. Calling back all tethers or cords that you need back in order to be a perfect whole and complete and the total owner of your body and etheric body, so they are yours to command. Releasing all attachments, hooks, or cords to any energies or beings that have moved in or become a part of your body or etheric body that are not you, not yours. This is working in conjunction with Archangel Michael and his band of mercy to remove, delete, dissolve, and transform any and all energies, implants, entities, or distortions in your body, your physical body, or your etheric body, anything that is not you and not yours. Also waking up and activating the parts of you that have been asleep for a long time, that are not allowing your soul parts to move through your body and etheric body, to move through your vessel. So you may feel a lot of energy running there, reclaiming your vessel.
Good. And we're going to move right into reclaiming my soul. And there's going to be a little command phrase there for you to repeat as well. So let's get this running. So this is working with reclaiming your soul, which includes your astral and causal bodies as well. So let's get this running here. Divine love and light, running, reclaiming my soul now. Creator, change it. Very good. Woo, and you can repeat after me here. And divine love and light, I take back my soul, astral and causal bodies now. My soul, astral and causal bodies are mine and mine alone to command. Good. So reclaiming my soul, again, which includes your astral and causal bodies, as you're going to find it's very similar to the last reclaiming that you just received there for your sacred vessel. So it's taking back your soul, your astral and causal bodies. It's calling back all soul fragments ever lost or stolen, dissolving any oaths, vows, or contracts to allow any other to have ownership of your soul on that soul level, and or your astral or causal bodies. Calling back all keys to your soul, astral and causal bodies you've ever given to another or have allowed to be taken or held by another. Calling back all tethers and cords that you need back in order for your soul, astral and causal bodies to feel perfect, whole, and complete, to be the total owner of your soul, and your soul and astral and causal bodies being yours alone to command. So releasing attachments, hooks, cords to any energies or beings that have attached themselves or hooked into your soul or on that soul level into your astral or causal bodies that are wrestling with you for control of these sacred parts of you. And again, Archangel Michael and his band of mercy are really present, really working with you here to remove, delete, dissolve, and transform any energies, implants, entities, distortions in your soul or on that soul level, astral and causal bodies, anything that is not you, not yours. Also, calling in and constructing energetic boundaries to protect your astral body, teaching it to only travel to the places, timelines, and dimensions that are in your highest and best good, that resonate at the highest frequencies possible for your own spiritual growth with ease and with grace.
Beautiful. Now we just have two more from the chakra series here. So in Divine Love and Light, calling in your higher root chakra now. Creator, change it. So this is working with your root chakra. Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Zadkiel come in here to bring in the highest frequency of platinum to fill your root chakra with the platinum ray, awakening, activating, and expanding your root chakra with this platinum ray frequency, and bringing in a column of light from the top of your head coming all the way through your root chakra. This is also activating and bringing in the achievements of mastery for you, filling your root chakra and entire body with this energy, clearing out trauma and other distorted energies within your root chakra, and also working to pull the vibration of your soul directly into your body so that the division between your higher and lower self dissolves and you can begin to fully embody your higher self. It's more fully activating and awakening and expanding your higher root chakra with the highest light available every time you receive this healing.
Good, and we're going to finish up with your soul star chakra healing tool. So calling this in here now, it's in Divine Love and Light, calling in your soul star chakra. Creator, change it. Good. And as this is coming in for you, in this healing, Archangel Zadkiel and Archangel Mariel work to activate the higher aspect of your soul star, connecting you with your soul's incredible knowledge, wisdom, and personal skills as a master. Once this chakra is activated, a whole library of information from the universe becomes available to you. It's also clearing out any trauma or other distorted energies within your soul star chakra. It is more fully activating, awakening, and expanding your soul star chakra with the highest light available every time you receive it. Okay, and what is also really hasn't been mentioned that's part of these two tools too is there's allergy healing that's happening in each of the chakra series tools that's clearing allergies to that particular chakra, as well as the organs and organ tissues or glands, glandular tissues that each chakra is connected to. And we're going to finish up here with sacred light close to anchor everything that you've received in, and again, also to help you to process it and integrate it with more ease. So running sacred light close here for all of you now. Divine love and light, creator, change it. Good. And if you'd like to be an active participant in your anchoring process, you can hold the intention here to anchor all of this healing into your heart and high heart, your mind and higher mind, anchoring it into your cells, your DNA, your RNA, anchoring it into your nervous system, anchoring it into your Earth Star chakra just below your feet, anchoring it into the heart of Gaia, into your soul grid, and into wholeness and totality now. Hey, very good.
All right. So that was a lot. You guys will be processing this healing. You can come back and watch the replay if you'd like to receive the healing again. We'll be sending it out tomorrow, most likely. And you can also see it in our Facebook group, Co-Creating Miracles with Kimberly and Alicia. It's also on my YouTube channel, which is just my name, Alicia Hartzell. You can find it under the live tab. And hopefully you're feeling much lighter. We'd love to hear how you're feeling after that healing if you are guided to share. So just to recap, we talked about our retreat coming up in Tulum and the 3 certification classes that we're going to be teaching there. Sacred Light levels 2, 3, and 4. And we have 1 spot left for the pay in full bonus of a private session with both of us. So if you're feeling called and you're able to pay in full and you know you're wanting to come, you might want to grab that last spot so that you can get that session with both of us. And we don't have a registration page for this retreat yet, but we did share a couple links where you can sign up for either pay in full or to hold your spot for $1,500. You get immediate access to Sacred Light levels 2 and 3 and a class that has a handful of tools from level 4, as well as the post-pandemic healing kit, which is a healing program that you get as a bonus if you sign up before the end of October. So if you need those links, you can email us at hello@cocreatingmiracle, no S at the end, cocreatingmiracle.com, and we will get back with you as soon as possible. So thank you guys for joining us. We will definitely be back talking more about these classes and this retreat experience, and we'll be announcing those days and times in our group. So if you're not there, if you're on Facebook, come on over and join us in our group, Co-Creating Miracles with Kimberly and Alicia.
Yes, and just a little quick reminder here too. That was a lot, and you're going to need to repeat that. Okay, so you've got access to the videos, as Alicia said, in multiple places, and Facebook and on Alicia's YouTube channel. And again, we will send this replay out tomorrow as well. So just you can watch your email for that too, but you definitely want to repeat it we have layers of these dense, muddy, gucky energies, and we're not going to clear it all in one go. So you want to use these tools, you want to keep them running. If you're coming to the retreat, you're purchasing the retreat, you're going to get access to level 2 and level 3, which holds these tools and more, so that you can run them at will, like random, whenever you want to, and really go deep into that experience, easily repeating them and getting the full breadth and depth of all of the tools that are part of those courses for your own accelerated healing and spiritual evolution. So those are there for you, but please do repeat them. There's many of you here may not have even received everything they even hold for you this time, especially if you're newer to our work, because it was a lot and there's only so much we can process and integrate at one time. So please repeat them. Take good care of yourselves. Give yourselves lots of compassion, lots of love, and drink extra water to help yourself to process and integrate those energies. You can go take a walk outside if you can, or take a little nap if you need to. All of those things can help you to really integrate everything that's there for you with more ease. So that all said, keep your eyes out for that email. It'll be a little bit probably before we have another call where we will bring through more of the healing tools for you to experience and share even more detail about what each of those tools do hold, since we could only give a bit of an overview on our call today. So just watch for that. It's going to be a little bit, but you're going to hear from us again, and you're going to be able to come and learn more, hear more, and experience more of the healing.
All right. Thank you guys for being here. We tend to be a little bit longer on these live streams together. We always have a lot to share. So thanks for staying on with us and receiving the healing. And we look forward to seeing those of you who are being called to TULUM.
Wonderful. Love to all. Bye for now.